Hey guys, I'm Nisa Homey. Today I'm showing you how to make a healthy, gluten-free instant meal made without whole wheat flour or rice in just 15 minutes. This nutrient-dense and filling meal is easy to make and an ideal meal option for lunch or for dinner. The high fiber and protein will help to keep you feel fuller for a longer time and thus helps in weight loss and weight management. So let's get started with the recipe. To make healthy and gluten-free instant recipe which is ideal for lunch or for dinner, into a bowl I am adding in 1 cup of jowar atta. I am using stone ground jowar atta. Jowar is also known as sorghum. It is a highly nutritious millet and it is completely gluten-free. To make it protein rich, into this I am adding in 3 tablespoons of besan flour, also known as chickpea flour. In Malayalam, this is known as kadala maavu. Add in pink Himalayan salt as needed. Add in 1/4 teaspoon ajwain, also known as carom seeds. When you're adding ajwain, make sure that you crush it with your palm and then add in so that the flavors are released. Add in 1/2 teaspoon jeera, also known as cumin seeds. Ajwain and jeera will help with digestion. Those who have noticed digestive issues when consuming besan flour, do not skip adding jeera and ajwain as they will help with digestion. Into this I am adding in 1/2 teaspoon turmeric powder. Today I am using Vigon turmeric which has high curcumin content. Turmeric also will help to boost your immunity. Into this I am adding in a fat pinch of freshly ground black pepper. Black pepper helps in better assimilation of the active ingredient in turmeric known as curcumin. So when you are using turmeric, make sure you add at least a fat pinch of black pepper to help with better assimilation of turmeric. And now with a spoon, give this a good mix. Jowar is rich in fiber and the high fiber helps to keep you feel fuller for a longer time. Thus it helps in weight loss and weight management. Jowar is a good source of protein. It's a powerhouse of essential vitamins, antioxidants and minerals. It is loaded with calcium, copper, zinc, phosphorus, potassium and B vitamin. Jowar is gluten-free, hence ideal for those with gluten intolerance. It is a good source of iron and being a complex carbohydrate, jowar gets digested slowly, hence ideal for those with health issues like diabetes, PCOS and thyroid. The high phytochemical antioxidants in jowar helps to reduce inflammation in the body. So do try to include millets in your diet for your better health. Okay, now it's nicely mixed. Note that I'm not using any rice flour or whole wheat flour in this recipe. This is 100% gluten-free. To make it more fiber rich and nutrient dense, I'm using some vegetables. I've already chopped 1/2 of a tomato, 1 green chili. Green chili you can increase or decrease as per your taste. 1/2 of an onion finely chopped. 1/2 of a carrot finely chopped. A handful of cabbage finely chopped. And 1/4 of a capsicum chopped. Instead of the vegetables I'm using, you can use any seasonal vegetables of your choice. You can also use any green leafy vegetable which is in season. So just play around with your favorite vegetables in this recipe. So into this I'm adding in all the vegetables. Adding in the grated carrot, tomato, onion, cabbage, capsicum. I've got a couple of sprigs of fresh curry leaves. I'm tearing the curry leaves and adding in. Curry leaves are a good source of iron and folate. So whenever I get garden fresh organic curry leaves, I make sure that I use them in my recipes. Addition of curry leaves is entirely optional. Next I'm grating in ginger, about 1/4 inch of ginger. Ginger also will help with digestion. Into this I'm adding in a couple of shallots. Shallots are also a good source of iron and folate. Hence I prefer to use them in my recipes. I'm just finely chopping the shallots and adding in. If you don't prefer shallots, you can totally omit it. Into this I'm adding in 1/2 cup water and I'm mixing this really well. I'm using stone ground jowar flour. The addition of water will depend upon the type of jowar atta you're using. Some atta may absorb more water. Into this I'm adding in another half a cup of water, but I'm adding in little by little and I'm giving it a good mix. Add the water little by little. Again I have measured 1/4 cup of water and I'm adding it little by little. I'm measuring another 1/4 cup of water and adding it little by little. So I added a total of 1.5 cups of water, but make sure you add the water little by little. Now mix this really well into a smooth batter. The batter should neither be too thick nor too thin. So this is the consistency of the batter. It is neither too thin nor too thick, but of pourable consistency. Sometimes the batter may get slightly thick if you keep it for some time. In that case, you can add a couple of tablespoons of extra water to make it into the desired consistency. Now, another good thing about this batter is that this will stay good in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. So it's an ideal way to meal prep so that you can make instant lunch or dinner with this batter. And now I'm going to show you how to make a chila out of this batter. I'm heating my cast iron tawa and I'm greasing it with wood pressed gingerly oil. Gingerly oil is also known as sesame oil or til oil. And once the tawa is heated, reduce the flame to the lowest. Pour in 1 to 1.5 ladle full of the jowar besan batter and lightly spread it out. You can use a teaspoon to help spread out the batter. Drizzle in 1 teaspoon wood pressed sesame oil, or you can use any wood pressed oil of your choice like wood pressed groundnut oil, coconut oil, mustard oil, or even A2 desi ghee. Do not skip adding a good source of healthy fat, as healthy fat will help in better assimilation of fat soluble vitamins. Now cover and let it cook on low flame. Open the lid. Since I'm using a well seasoned cast iron tawa, the jowar chila will not get stick to the tawa. So make sure that you're using a well seasoned cast iron tawa. And now flip it over and allow that side to get cooked. And while that is getting done, I'm making the sabzi to go with this. To make the sabzi, I'm heating my cast iron kadai with 1 teaspoon wood pressed sesame oil. Once the oil is heated, I'm adding in 1 teaspoon jeera, also known as cumin seeds. And once the jeera splatters, I'm adding in half of an onion chopped, 1 green chilli and half of a tomato chopped. Give it a good stir. Into this I'm adding in half teaspoon coriander powder, half teaspoon garam masala, half teaspoon roasted jeera powder, also known as cumin powder, half teaspoon Kashmiri chili powder, half teaspoon turmeric powder, a fat pinch of freshly ground black pepper powder. And now give this all a good mix. Allow the spices to get lightly sauteed so that the raw flavor of the spices are diminished. I'm grating in a couple of cloves of garlic and 1/4 inch of ginger. Give it a good stir. Add in a sprig of fresh curry leaves. I'm tearing the leaves and adding in. Cooking in a cast iron helps in better iron absorption. So try to cook at least one of your meal in a cast iron cookware. Into this I'm adding in 1/8 cup water. Give it a mix. Add in 1 cup of boiled chana. Add pink Himalayan salt as needed. Remember, there is already salt in the boiled chana. So what I did was I soaked the chana overnight and pressure cooked it. And now give this a good mix. And my quick and easy chana sabji is ready to serve. My chana sabji is ready and my jowar chila is also ready. So I'm going to transfer the chila into a plate. Flip the chila over and transfer to a plate. I'm making one more chila, so I'm greasing my tawa with wood pressed gingerly oil. Remember, the flame is on the lowest. I'm adding in 1 to 1.5 ladle full of the jowar batter, and I'm lightly spreading it out with a teaspoon. Drizzle in about a teaspoon of wood pressed sesame oil. Like I mentioned earlier, you can also use A2 desi ghee instead. Cover and let that side get cooked. Once that side is cooked, flip it over and allow that side to get cooked. Once done, flip it over and serve. For some healthy gut-friendly probiotics, I'm serving my homemade vegan curd. If you don't have any issues with dairy, you can use dairy milk curd instead. This is homemade vegan cashew curd. I've already shared 4 different vegan curd recipes. Please do check it out. Just a sprinkle of roasted jeera powder, Kashmiri chili powder. And my healthy gluten-free meal for lunch is ready to serve. You can see how soft the chila is. It will stay soft once it has cooled down, hence ideal to carry as a lunchbox meal. Today I'm sharing a protein and fiber rich meal ideal for lunch or for dinner in your weight loss journey. So let's get started with the recipe. Into a strainer, I'm adding in 1.5 cups of jowar flakes. Jowar flakes, also known as jowar poha, is a highly nutritious millet and it is completely gluten-free. I'm sprinkling some water over the jowar flakes. I'm spreading the jowar flakes. This will help the jowar to moisten a little bit. So I'm going to keep it like this till I get the other ingredients ready. I have 2 handfuls of fresh palak leaves. Palak leaves are also known as spinach leaves. I have washed and rinsed it thoroughly and I've also removed the stalk of the palak leaves. I'm adding the palak leaves into my blender jar. Into this I'm adding in 1/4 cup water and I'm going to blend this really well. Once nicely blended, I'm going to keep the palak puree aside. Meanwhile, the jowar flakes has softened and is ready to use. I'm heating my kadai with 2 teaspoons wood pressed groundnut oil. I have some spices. This is 1/3 teaspoon of whole black peppercorns, 4 to 5 garlic cloves, 4 cardamoms lightly crushed, 1 small piece of cinnamon and half of a mace. Once the oil is heated, I'm adding in half teaspoon jeera, also known as cumin seeds. Once the jeera splutters, I'm adding in the spices. Lightly give it a stir. I'm adding in 1 medium-sized onion finely chopped, a small piece of ginger finely chopped and 3 to 4 garlic cloves finely chopped. 2 green chilies finely chopped. Green chilies you can increase or decrease as per your taste. Give this all a good mix and allow the onions to saute until it turns transparent or light pink in color. And once the onions are transparent, add in the palak puree. Pink Himalayan salt as needed. A fat pinch of turmeric powder, and I'm giving this all a good mix. Saute it for a couple of minutes. 2 to 3 minutes later, the palak puree is sauteed. Adding in 1 heaped cup of cooked chana. So what I've done is I soaked the chana overnight and then pressure cooked it. Once the chana is nicely mixed, I'm going to add in the jowar flakes. You can see that the jowar flakes are non-sticky and has softened really well. I'm adding the softened jowar flakes into this and give this all a good mix. Cover for about a minute. About a minute later, open the lid. Give it a good mix. Squeeze in half a lemon. The addition of lemon juice will help in better absorption of iron. So try not to skip it. And my super healthy and protein rich jowar recipe is ready to serve. Transfer this to a serving bowl and you can enjoy it with any pickle of your choice. So guys, do try this healthy jowar recipe and let me know how it turned out. Thank you for watching and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.